this week, the Straw Hats learn that fairy tales are indeed real when they encounter a descendant of the famous Montblanc Noland. Montblanc cricket. At the same time, Bellamy and his gang learn of some of the same fairy tale, but are much less enraptured by the whimsical tale, and so set sail to plunder Cricket's riches. As it turns out, our monkey friends Mashita and Shoju are Cricket's biggest superfans, and have been helping him search for the lost treasure Noland spoke of all those years ago. However, the best news is that the Straw Hats have found a way to get to Sky Island, finally! But it just takes insane timing, a sturdy boat, and heaps of luck to pull off. Don't worry, though. The Shuriyama Alliance is here to help. Just as things have finally lined up for the crew, though, Bellamy and co arrive to spoil all the fun. But don't you worry, folks. Silent, angry Luffy is here to get revenge, but that'll come later. So yeah, we were talking a little bit before the cast. So you guys felt like, for the most part, these were pretty short. Not a whole lot happened or whatever.
It was just such a big exposition dump. I'll be honest with you, Brendan. I fell asleep in the first episode.
What?
I had to rewind.
Asleep?
I had to rewind because I was like, oh my god, like they're just talking and talking and talking. I'm like, I get it. Like you need to set the foundation.
God.
You need to set the foundation for a story, but it was just, oh my god, snore.
Well, I'll agree it wasn't the most interesting story, but
the only good thing about the first episode was seeing that little sneak peek of the boy, the legend.
Yeah.
Mihawk. When Mihawk came in,
as soon as I saw Mihawk, I was like, "Ooh, what's happening here?"
And he's gone.
What do we do? And
it's just a little taste. Well, wait a minute. So, did you catch any of like the semi-important, like minor off details that were laid out in the first episode?
Depends on what you deem as important.
All right, well, this is the one thing that I wanted to make sure everyone heard. Did anyone else catch that our boy Sanji was born in the North Blue?
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, I caught that.
Yeah,
that was weird.
It's kind of important.
He even recognizes the Noland the Liar story.
So that kind of brings me back to like that question I think I asked like a couple episodes ago about Sanji, which is when him and Redfoot Zeph meet, do they meet in the Grand Line?
I'll just go ahead and tell you, they did not meet in the Grand Line. They did meet in East Blue. So at
how
some
the fuck
point,
did Sanji get from North Blue to East?
Ooh,
don't you have to go to the Grand Line to do that?
Isn't that a question?
And then wouldn't Sanji, being an 8-year-old boy, remember going from North to the East Blue through the Grand Line? Because like that's kind of like the rules of the universe.
Suddenly, Sanji's little boy character just became very interesting, but more on that much later.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like an answer we'll get anytime soon, despite the fact that it was just brought up for the purposes of
But
this
it doesn't make
only.
sense because he makes a comment about like doesn't he make like a comment when he first gets to the Grand Line like, "Whoa, this is the Grand Line." Like he's excited to see it, like he's never seen it before. But it would imply that he would have been there because he went from north to east.
Well, we need to start asking other questions, like how on earth has Sanji come from some other place that could have possibly even traveled between a particular blue? And do they have any other alternative ways of going between blues? And why do they have alternative ways of going between blue? If so, well, these questions you'll not probably get an answer for. I just wanted to bring it up because it always like caught me off guard whenever I was getting into Sky P. I'm like, wait a minute, your boy's from North Blue. What the fuck? And in fact, we don't hear more about it for a bit. I just wanted to poke fun at it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say, I was like, it's interesting, but it's like to me in my own headcanon, it kind of doesn't make sense.
I got 2 words: teleportation jutsu.
Big facts. That's what I'm saying.
That's how he snuck up on Redfoot Zeph, right? It's because he teleported behind him and was like, "Sorry, kiddo."
No hard feelings.
But all right, so Montblanc the Liar, or Montblanc Noland the Liar. So you guys did like the little tale, the little, like fucking storybook that Nami gave. Oh my god! So do you even remember what happened?
Here's my Spark Note memory of my 2% milk brain. Okay, dude with a chestnut in his head said that there was a mountain of gold. Tricks a king to go to this island to go find the mountain of gold. Sounds exactly like Usopp. Wang bang pop dead.
He doesn't trick the king. He tells the king.
So yeah, like his last couple of words were, that he can only assume that the lost city of gold sank to the bottom of the ocean, and that the gold is in the skull's right eye. Those are the last 2 notes that we have from the Noland himself. So all I want to point out, I mean, I guess we don't need to spend any time on it. It really feels like we're setting ourselves up for an Atlantis fucking tie-in too while we're here. I'm just saying, lost city at the bottom of the ocean, lost city of gold. Wait a minute, do we got an Atlantis El Dorado out here? What the fuck?
I thought that too, but then, I mean, we're already going to a sky island. I feel like Noland just had the wrong idea. He was thinking too logically. If the island is just suddenly gone, a normal person would think, oh, it sank to the bottom of the ocean somehow. But what if it went up?
Oh, but wait a minute.
Oh, so you think that the ocean and the sky is held up by the water spigots constantly blowing it up in the air because it's that powerful?
And that, well, sure, that could be it.
But that's why the island went up in the first, the sea went into the sky in the first place, is because of a massive water spigot blowing up.
Well, those are some pretty good guesses. I ain't gonna lie to you. But so we got our boy Cricket out here, he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he's trying to clear the family name.
Yeah, so this guy, he's going down into the ocean trying to find the gold. He's found a few too. They found like some bell ingots and the fucking Southbird ingot or whatever the hell that all was. But so we also talk about how we're actually going to get to Sky Island. So unfortunately, I'm gonna nip that one in the butt. We do not get to give the feather to the angels and rise to the heavens.
You don't know that yet.
I apologize. I'm telling you now, that is not the way to heaven. But
the feather can still be from a Southbird that they had from 400 years ago.
So maybe the feather still plays something into the story. Whatever. We'll have to wait and see. I just wanted to be clear. We're not going to let the giants ride us into heaven. That is the unfortunate truth. But are we even going to make it up this stream now? Now, this is the next question. Is this stream going to work? Or are we going to have to go with...
actually just a Gundam and we're going to fly into the skies and pierce the heavens?
Gundam,
right, my
stop.
guy. I understand that you want to let the Gundam be a meme, and there's definitely a place for the Gundam meme, but you got to pick and choose your battles. Don't stale this out for us, all right? All right, it's one thing with the poneglyph, it's one thing with the fucking angels, but just fucking relax, okay? Easy. Easy.
Never. I will never let this die. I will turn One Piece into a mecha anime as fast as I can.
One way or another.
All right, fucking moving on. So, the way to Sky Island, we got the knock-up stream, we got our boys who are going to fix up the boat a little bit.
And now the ship's state currently, I want to mention that how it gets fucked up. Obviously, we all saw that. And
right, yeah, we saw it.
Yeah.
They're going to fix that much damage. And dude, let's ballpark it. What? 8 hours? 12 hours?
Yeah, something like that.
3.
Something stupid.
They had 3 hours.
Oh, my bad. They're going to fix the whole front of the ship being sliced off.
So they got a lot of goons to help out with making the ship, but the part I'm on about is like the entire keel of the ship clearly snapped off there.
Just a quick stamp lick. Just...
right. Couple nails here, couple nails there. We good. We got this boat floating perfectly.
It's gonna get fixed, I'm sorry to say.
Absolutely. There's been a lot. I was gonna say there's been a lot of talk of like replacing the Mary. Are we really gonna replace the Mary that quickly?
Well, what do you mean by quickly? Like, consider where we are in the series right now.
We've had it for less than 100 episodes.
Not wrong.
Maybe about 100.
Well, I'll counter with this. I mean, I certainly will say that talk is being brought to the table for a reason. I won't say exactly what it leads to, but at some point, yeah, they do have to have a conversation about, what's going on with the Mary and about what's a real pirate ship going to have to entail. Because, I mean, let's remember here, the Mary is not a ship that was made to travel the Grand Line. It was made to go to the grocery store. So I would argue that at this point, the conversation shouldn't be, they're going to get rid of it that quickly. The conversation should be, how the fuck is the Mary still holding out after all this?
No, that's definitely true. I'm just surprised that we're like less than 100 episodes in and they're already kind of sort of hinting at us that they're going to blow up the fucking Mary at some point soon.
Blow up the Mary?
I mean,
I ain't gonna go
at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets irreparably damaged somehow. Now, I don't know how that would get more irreparably damaged than it is
simple.
currently.
Big kaboom.
That's why I said blow up earlier. Maybe the water spout just obliterates it and they have to get a new ship on the Sky Island somehow. But
I just can't wait for the episode where they go to the boat mechanic, and like every mechanic in the entire ocean would probably react to this boat coming in, which is what?
I see so much wrong with this thing. What did you fuckers do to this? They're like, well, we went to an island that had a major civil war. We crossed the reverse mountain peak. We went to a sky island, which is like literally miles in the sky. And the guy's gonna be like, what?
It's been through at least 30 storms in the first 5 days of ownership.
Right, like
only has light water, but don't worry. On Carfax, it says light water damage.
Fucking boat facts.
They planned for like a little bit of water resistance when they built it, and like a shipwright's gonna look at it and be like, why is every single board waterlogged? There is literally not a single board. They're like, well, you know how it is, Grand Line, storms. They're like, how long have you been using this? They're like,
give or take like a month. Maybe 2.
So yeah, I mean that's all I'm gonna say about that. All right, so yeah, poor Mary's taking on some hits, but she's definitely gonna get put back together for the Sky Island journey, I promise. But in addition to that, so Bellamy shows up again, villain of the week out here. And while Luffy and the others are doing their find a bird journey in the forest, where we got fucking bugs everywhere, Sanji and Nami are freaking the fuck out. They just
own the forest, these birds. They're just the kings and queens of the goddamn forest. They control every living
They're
thing.
Captain Planet, but birds. Although the pigs didn't make sense. The bug theme was making sense, but then they threw pigs at us, and I was confused there. So
pigs show up out of nowhere. I do love the small little gags that were going on. You got Luffy and Chopper who are hanging out together, and Luffy like gives us the double take where he's like, I caught it, and then it cuts over to, check it out, dude, I caught a fucking Atlas beetle, and Chopper is like, whoa, dude, that's fucking sweet. And then Luffy's like talking it up. It's like, this is like one of the most rarest fucking bugs on the planet.
But he's a bug catcher in Pokemon. He just knows everything about it. He got the full Pokédex on all these stupid ass bugs.
Dude, man, he heard about bugs once upon a time. Maybe somebody
Luffy knows
cared about.
Luffy knows how to do 3 things: punch, eat, and identify bugs in the fucking woods. What do you mean?
The Grand Line. Hold up. The One Piece is just a pile of bugs.
The One Piece is just a pile of bugs. Well, Chopper even asks, remember, he was like, hey, so what's cooler, that bug or a Hercules beetle or the One Piece? And Luffy was like,
that's right. Oh,
that's
I forgot about that. You go, ooh, that's a tough question, Chopper. I don't think I can answer that right now.
You're like, Chopper, you bringing up some really important points.
You're asking the real questions out here.
Luffy secretly would give up all of his pirating ambition just to become a bug catcher. He's gonna be the cricket. He's gonna drop everything. All right, and he's gonna stay right
cricket
here.
2.0.
That's what I'm saying, dude. No, but actually, funny enough, going back to that cricket thing, I do want to point out before we lose it, I did kind of like Cricket's backstory and the minor parallels it had with, or rather, Noland's like true backstory from Cricket's perspective, and the small minor parallels it had to Roger. Where the difference, though, is that when, like, we saw like how briefly when Noland was on the Executioner's like platform or whatever, we had like a little dude and a big dude, similarly to like the opening scene in the first OP of the series, same size little guards or whatever. They're setting them up to kind of be like another Gold Roger in a way. However, the difference here that I find very fascinating on a rewatch, maybe you guys didn't really care. I'm sure you noticed it, but they're setting him up to be like a Roger parallel. But the big difference is that everyone thinks that Noland is a joke, but everyone believes Roger. And I find that kind of interesting because if the scene was flipped, why does everyone believe Roger and why does nobody believe Noland?
Because Roger's a straight up killer, yo.
I was going to say, because Roger has power.
This dude just good at lying.
Yeah, maybe he just didn't have like the background or like the charisma or the the word of mouth that Roger did. I guess at the time Roger would have been like he would have already been known as the king of the pirates at that point.
Yeah, when Roger got executed, he had already built up a reputation throughout the Grand Line. Like words of his deeds passed for years back and forth throughout the line about how amazing he was. Noland is just a dude who went up to his king and went, yo, there's hella gold over there. And the king went, yo, bet. Bought 2,000 of his soldiers, only made it out with 100, I think. And so not only did Noland cost 1,900 lives, there was no gold at the end of this rainbow. So they murked his ass for it.
I guess that's fair too. The difference between another big difference between Noland and Roger is that we had an expedition to try to prove Noland's claims, and it came up fruitless. Whereas with Roger, any attempt at trying to prove or disprove has not yet actually happened. No one's truly made it there yet. So I guess that is another big difference. And to be fair, yeah, he could getting iced for lying and losing 1,900 lives. But I just want to say, whose idea was it to go back to the island? Because I bet you that Noland, when he found it, was like, dude, guys, I found a city of gold. And the king was like, ooh?
Well, yeah. That's exactly what happened.
But I mean, like, it sounds to me like the king's the real villain here. Like, come on, dude. He was just a greedy fuck.
Wow, okay.
I'm just saying.
We're talking about a land full of literal criminals, and you're going to point out
Brendan's right. As the saying goes, don't shoot the messenger.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, come on. This guy just came out here, like, trying to bring, like, stories to the table, and the king's just like, oh?
I do find it interesting, though, that all of these events occurred 400 years ago, which is about 380 years before Roger was even a thought in anybody's head.
Think about it like this. So this town's from the North Blue or whatever. Like, it's like he's from the North Blue. He traversed the Grand... Like, they talk about how difficult it is and how, like, suicidal it is to try to get into the Grand Line and, like, sail the Grand Line, like, today, 400 years later. Now we go into, like, the 400 years into the past. It's only going to be harder. It's only going to be more difficult. They're going to have less technology and less, like, know-how on what it takes to actually, like, navigate the Grand Line. Like, yeah, you got all these islands that are populated, but what it's populated by are people who have been mostly, like, closed off and just, like, single, like, isolated communities or whatever, especially like 400 years ago. They know how to live on their islands, but that doesn't mean they know how to go between them. So you got someone like Noland who fucking manages to actually travel into the Grand Line, find Jaya, and not only that, he goes back and comes back again. Like, don't knock the Noland. He knows what's going on.
I mean, there's also the other possibility, which is he's just pulling an Usopp, which is, hey, take me to the Grand Line. I definitely know an island.
We can always go back to the one where he was really a liar.
We should talk about Bellamy, though, now that we got that all settled.
His devil fruit kind of sucks.
It's like off-brand Luffy.
It's just Luffy's, but worse.
I'm like on the fence about Bellamy's fruit, because, like, on paper, the first time I met him, I was like, yeah, no, that's like fucking, that's a stupid.
He at least doesn't make good use of it.
I think that there is a lot of potential with Bellamy, because what he can do successfully is be a speedy boy, like a super speedy boy. Like, he's got that down to a T. So I feel like that there's definitely some like premise there, where if he was able to, I guess, utilize his springs in a way where he could, like, become faster than all of his opponents, like, his speed stat could be super high, his speed and power, and then all he has to do is just, bulk up, and then his defense stat wouldn't be super bad either. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I definitely would prefer Luffy's between the two, just because of what I know about Luffy, and I feel like his is a little bit more versatile, and obviously way more fun.
It's more flexible, you'd say?
Stop that, you.
I mean, I'm here all night, boys.
No, I don't hate the Bellamy fruit. He's I feel like when he springs up his legs, I think I get pretty amped when he's like, all right, spear shot, or whatever the fuck he says. I don't even know what the hell it is. That was a pretty good shot too, when he decks Cricket with his first spring snipe, and he just has this, like, super momentum punch, like, straight to the gut. I was like, ooh, that's gonna hurt. That's got hurt. I would personally put this guy's fruit above Wapples myself, but I know I'm barking up a certain
You're wild
tree.
for that one.
Anybody? Any other major things that we wanted to talk about? I guess the last thing about Bellamy was at the tail end of the last episode, we definitely did get our final, or our, when he finally realizes what Luffy and Zoro are actually worth, and I guess his assumption was they just fucking lied about their bounties, or, like, they're somehow, like, printing these fake wanted posters or whatever. That's what he's rationalized, and that's what he tells everyone, right? So he's not even convinced that Luffy is even worth the trouble. He's just like, nah, this guy's a fucking liar. He faked his wanted posters. We're not going to fucking give him any time of day.
This is nothing but a sham. Here, I'll explain it to you morons. See, there are pirates like these losers who fake their own wanted posters just to make a name for themselves. The fakers win fights without throwing a single punch. Their enemies take one look at their bogus bounties, turn tail, and run. Just like you sorry excuses for pirates are doing right now! Hey! Well, speak of the devil, we were just talking about you.
Cut to Luffy showing up.
I feel like I can appreciate Bellamy, like, not really giving a shit one way or the other anyway about whether Luffy's bounty and Zoro's is higher than his own.
Which I honestly really like what they did with the voice actor in the dub for Bellamy. He's kind of a slept-on fun opportunity, because you know what they did is, I know that they in the sub they give him like that hyena laugh, but I really like the direction with like the way he gives his energy to the character, because he's constantly like super high strung and like really tenory pitched, and like sometimes even in his like words he like almost transitions into like a high pitched squeal like a hyena does. Really fun. I can really appreciate it. Yeah, I did put a lot of effort into that character.
I just like how they finally referenced the bounties at one point. That's what I did like.
The scene when they had the bounties too, though, like when they first brought him in with...
Oh, that drunk dude is like, I'm just drunk. 10, 20, 100. What? No, I must be too drunk. 10, 100, 100,000.
Like counting out the zeros.
No.
This guy's like, I definitely have to be seeing extra digits here.
Just like instantly sobers him up then, too.
That bit was so good. Oh, my God.
And you know what I liked about that too, looking back on it? That scene was only like a couple panels, like not even a full page in the manga, if I'm not mistaken. When it comes to filler, that is fine filler. That scene taking 3 minutes was fun, stupid, and I enjoyed it. That is the kind of filler that I'm okay with. But there's a lot of other problems that One Piece has.
I wouldn't call it filler, I call it fluff.
Right. And I'm still I like that they took the time to like set a scene, set a tone, and get prepare the audience for like a potential good gag there. It's good. That's good direction. We need more of this. Be better. Be better, show. You know who you are. Go back to your roots.
Wow.
Sorry.
Side note about Blackbeard. They showed us, again, 2% milk brain. I forgot what he looked like until I watched the episodes again. But like when I saw Blackbeard's face in like the opening credits or like the opening like intro, I was like, you don't have a beard though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that's
something interesting.
Was Brendan lying about that in the first place?
Oh,
is he not even Blackbeard?
Real lies.
Maybe he's just not Blackbeard yet. He hasn't turned.
He has the hair fruit. He's gonna go. His face is just gonna make a big ass Blackbeard.
No, Devin. He is a Gundam.
He's a hair Gundam.
I'm so lost.
He's gonna make a mecha suit out of hair on his face.
So he's Bayonetta. He's the male. He's the male Bayonetta. Then.
All right. Other than that, are we good? Do we move on?
Yeah, honestly.
All right. So before we get to quotes, next week is going to be episodes 151 to 152. So quotes. Who wants to go first?
So the scene essentially is they're trying to catch the bird still, and they kind of set it up earlier where they're basically following the sounds, and Robin can't see the bird. She's like, I don't see this fucking bird. Essentially, at the last minute, they're like, oh, there it is right there, and the bird's like mocking them, saying, I forgot exactly what what it was saying as Chopper was translating for it, but he gets captured all of a sudden by Robin's hands, and she goes, I just needed to see it. I couldn't see it. Like, like that was the only reason why we didn't catch you, is because I didn't see you.
As soon as that bird got comfortable.
In 148, the monkey bros are hanging out. Mashira, Shoujo, and Luffy.
Yeah, this is one of mine too.
I don't remember the pretext, but the quote I wrote down is, you can kick him too since you're a monkey.
So
As he's talking to Shoujo about
I missed
Masira.
that bit.
No, yeah, you probably fell asleep because you're an idiot.
Yeah, I was at the beginning of 48, right before the backstory. Or
that
as the
joke
backstory.
is so good. The dub, I don't know what it was in the sub, so I won't pretend to. But in the dub, it was literally like Shoujo was like, "I can't believe you actually managed to kick my brother's ass off your shit."
Yeah,
like,
that was what
impressive.
it was. That was
and then,
what it was.
And then Luffy's like, "Oh, it wasn't that hard. Like, I bet you could kick his ass." And then he like looks over at Mashida, and then like the scene changes for a second, and it cuts back to them, and he literally just launches this dude, and Shoujo even like looks back. He's like, "Huh. I can't kick his ass."
Yeah, I found that quote especially funny because he says, "You can kick him too, cause you're also a monkey." Which I was like, cause he's Monkey D. Luffy. So I was like, why does this have such the weirdest, most applicable double meaning for no reason?
There's probably like
we return to monkey.
There's probably like a really weird like Japanese pun that got laid out like right there that we lost in subtext.
Somebody out there is really proud of that line.
I'm surprised that it took this many episodes to make a monkey reference.
Dude, we don't want to overstay our welcome, power threes and all that. So we got one out there.
Right.
So
we got one in the series. There's gonna be another monkey. Return to Monkey Island.
We'll get there. Like he'll be the Monkey King or something like that. It'll be a whole bit, I'm sure.
Monkey King of the Pirates.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying though. Any more, Christian?
I have a quote from Old Man Montblanc Cricket when he confronts Bellamy for what would be the last time after getting his ass beaten, and he stands up again. He says, "A hatchling who doesn't have the guts to pick fights with dreams is in no position to talk about pirates."
Ooh, that was also one of mine. I appreciate you for keeping a real one in this list here.
Yeah.
He calls Bellamy out, man. He's like, I ain't got time for your shit, all right?
Big boy
I got real
challenges
pirates.
him.
But then he dies.
Well,
but then he gets his ass.
Then he gets his ass kicked. Which really, I mean, for the skills he seems to display fighting Big Knife idiot over there, he gets his ass handed to him by a guy who only turns his legs into springs. Like I feel like Cricket should have been able to put up a better fight than that. But
hey,
whatever.
while we're on the topic, I don't think it's been clarified that he only turns his legs into springs. He has the spring power.
No, I mean, I'm sure he can, because he's got to do more than just snipe in his fight with Luffy. But, like, I don't know. Feels weird that, like, the Cricket never landed a single shot. Anyway, my last quote isn't so much one that was said, but it's my own personal headcanon now.
Okay. We love these.
It's the very end of 150 when Luffy's standing on the clock tower and he calls out to Bellamy. Bellamy walks out and he looks up and you get that sweet, like, looking up shot from Bellamy up at Luffy.
Yes.
I think I know where this is going.
Don't do it, Bellamy. I have the high ground. Luffy probably.
God damn it. Come on.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. I definitely did get sniped a little bit there, but that's fine. The first one I got is actually a Bellamy quote, which I thought was like a really fun, stupid one-off line where they were talking about, they were in the bar and they were talking about Noland and fucking Cricket and him like trying to bring honor back to Noland's name. And Bellamy just goes like, sounds like he's a few bricks short of a wall. And I was like, I don't know. I like stupid jokes.
Like a dumb stand-up comedian.
It's like when the dub takes some liberties, like back when Usopp made the why is that glorified ashtray chasing us or whatever from back in Alabasta, referring to Smoker or whatever. Like when they make stupid jokes like that, I'm always about it. I also love the bit, but going back to when Cricket explicitly says from the story that Noland was a liar of epic proportions, and then Usopp literally just Luffy immediately looks at Usopp, and Usopp goes like, "What? It wasn't me. What the hell?" The last scene right before Luffy left them all, I did kind of like. It was pretty hype when they were asking like, "Yo, Cricket, like, what the hell happened, my guy?" And he was like, "Don't worry about it. We're just gonna get you guys up to Skype, all right? This is our fucking problem." And Zoro catches the brand on the wall from Bellamy's mark, and Zoro and Luffy obviously recognize it. when Zoro was like, he looks back to Luffy and he's like, "You gonna need any help, fam?" And Luffy's like, "Nah, I'll take care of this." And Cricket specifically, this is the quote. So when Cricket goes, "Hey, don't fucking waste your time. This is our problem, whatever." Zoro comes down with his Wadoichi Monji as well and goes, "Hey, if you're going to stop him, you're going to need to use this." And I was like, "Oh my God." Because Zoro knows. He's like, "You ain't going to stop him now. He's dead set on this now."
I'm surprised Zoro didn't just hand him all 3 swords.
Right, like...
Because Zoro, he doesn't know the 3 sword style. Everyone knows how to swing 1 sword.
Right.
That's fair.
Like Zoro both is inherently like, you are not going to stop this man, but if you want to try, you're going to need this, dude.
It's dangerous out there. Take one of these.
I just love how much of like in the last like a bunch of episodes we've been watching, Zoro's been such a huge bro in the sense of just like hype man of just like, nah, like, we know how strong Zoro is. Like, he motherfucker lifted an condo statement up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
He threw a house.
He threw a fucking house. Like, we know he's strong. And just seeing him just go, "Nah, dude, you can't. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Here's my sword. You can do whatever you want, but don't do it, man. You're gonna lose."
I'm just telling you, it ain't worth it. And I don't.
You already got fucked up. He's just gonna fuck you up even more. The show is made for him.
That's what I'm saying. The show's made for Zoro. Shut up.
No, it's for Luffy. This is Zoro's talking.
Zoro's saying. Yeah.
Don't you know what the name of the show is? One Piece D Luffy.
One Piece D Luffy. One Piece of D Luffy.
Luffy D Piece.
Oh my God. All right, so those are all my quotes. Golden Ham. What do we got?
I think Nico Robin.
Nico Robin again.
No, surely not Nico Robin again.
That bird bit hit reil hard for me.
Get out of here. I agree that it's a great bit, but it's not ham worthy.
So I'll just go in with my vote. I thought this was going to be a bit unanimous, but I'm saddened that you guys didn't quite enjoy the tale of Noland and Cricket. But I wanted to give it to Cricket this week.
You didn't even let me say anything before you got saddened.
Who'd you have?
The drunk guy who showed Bellamy the fucking...
So he comes in with a drunk guy. This fucking jackass. All right, so we gotta find some middle ground here.
Oh my God.
Nonsense. What do you mean the drunk guy? Are you serious with that? Is that the real pick?
No, I don't give a shit about him.
Oh, okay.
Give it a Cricket.
Okay, good. All right,
Cricket does all the work these episodes, brother.
But that's just because he does nothing but exposition dump.
I
so
like
boring.
the exposition.
Just because you fell asleep during it doesn't mean that it wasn't impactful, you fucking ass.
That's
Skim
what I'm
milk.
saying.
I'm downgrading you to skim milk.
Oh shit. Better wise up or you might get full fat free, dude.
Is it skim more? What?
No, skim is just they skimmed some fat off. It's not fat free.
Oh, okay.
Gotta be almond milk.
Shit, it's because I'm lactose intolerant. Oh my God.
So that's two for Cricket.
Give it to Cricket.
Yeah.
Like there's no real like person to give it to, and like I didn't really care for Cricket, honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
I loved Cricket. Cricket's a nice guy.
He's just the talking dude of the week. That's all he is to me.
But he's such a fun dude too, and he was like a pirate who was like, I liked his tale where he was like, I didn't give a shit about my family name because we're all like in hiding these days. And then I found this island and I was like, I'm the first one in my family to get here. I have a feeling.
He did more monologuing than actually physically doing anything.
That's my monologuing.
I don't like monologuing. I fell asleep during it.
We gave it to Robin for the same thing last week, so I don't.
Well, that's because Robin actually did something. She was like, bones, and like did her thing, like her job.
Yeah, she monologued.
That's an action. This dude just talked, and then he got his ass handed to him.
He gave them the way to Sky Island. What are you talking about?
Guy. He's such a cool bro. Come on. All right, whatever. We're giving it to the Cricket.
Can't change my mind. You just can't.
We ain't staying on this any longer. All right, Cricket wins. Fuck you. All right. Moving on. We have the grab bag. And we have haiku. So, who wants to give their haiku for this week?
I'll go first. Spring boy takes the gold. Exposition in large bursts. Gonna catch these hands.
That's pretty good, actually. All right, yeah, nice. Snaps. There you go. I'll go next. Noland the Liar. A water spout to the sky. Bellamy steals gold. I'll be honest, this haiku was a little on the nose.
Very explanatory.
A haiku that pretty much summarizes all 3 episodes.
Why didn't you just give me that? And that would have been the summary for the beginning.
We could have just done that.
A line for each episode.
That's what I'm saying.
God, that would be so hard to do in previous episodes, though.
Yeah, a lot of episodes this would be really hard for. Not these not so much.
I've got monkeys kick monkeys. Bellamy gonna get this work. Southbirds are scary.
I like monkeys kick monkeys. Why is that a great fucking 5-syllable line? Monkeys in the front, monkeys in the back. It perfectly explains what happened.
I am stuck in the middle with you.
Stuck in the middle with you. All right, so those are haikus of the week. Hope you enjoyed them. We are going on to an additional topic. We have listener questions, and I'm super pumped because I'm gonna go ahead and lead with the question I was waiting for. Thank you to our meme lord Mystic. From henceforth, if we ever see you or hear from you, you are now the official meme lord because you were first and you did as I asked.
Put that in your Twitter bio.
Put that in the Twitter bio. If we can verify you as meme lord, we would fucking do it. Too bad we can't. However, the question is, yo, dude, what are you wearing? So, Thank you. And I am happy to report, and this is no meme, khakis.
I'm wearing pajama pants that have Bruce Lee on them and dragons.
I too am dressed down in pajamas, having just gotten home from work pretty much before recording this.
The best part is that I wasn't even wearing khakis. Like, this is the perfect week because I fell asleep last night after drinking a little bit, still wearing my work clothes from the day before. or from yesterday or whatever. Yeah, fuck it, who cares?
And change? What are you, an alcoholic? You didn't even change out of work clothes before you hit the bottle? Do we need to have an intervention?
Okay, maybe I think I might want to move on to the next question now. I'm being bullied.
So, one of the Yosakus on Twitter asks, what if you ate a zone-type devil fruit where you turned into a fish? Could you swim or not?
And to the Twitter goon, I don't know if you know, but if you know, I know you know, and you are a fucker, all right?
I had a feeling that this might be spoily-ish.
It's not a spoiler, but this guy's a bit of a fucker. And the answer, I'm going to say, because funny enough, I don't even know. That's how much of a spoiler it is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like that recent. So I'm going to guess. This is a guess for all of us today. No, I don't think you can swim. However, if you were a Zoan and you ate a fish fruit, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that there's a really good chance that you could inherently earn the ability to breathe underwater, but you wouldn't be able to swim. So it'd be a super double-edged sword.
Yeah, you're still just a rock.
Right, so you just sink to the bottom of the ocean.
You just sink to the bottom,
but you can still live there.
Now.
Right, exactly. So that's kind of where my initial impression is at. So if this guy knows, I know you know, and you're a bit of a fucker, but I like it. I like where your head's at.
So it's a devil fruit that just turns you into a merman.
Pretty much,
or a fish man. What was it? What's the
mermaid? Because we don't know if it's a man or a woman.
What's the technical term for Arlong's people?
Fishman.
Fishman. Sure. It's just a devil fruit that turns you into one of them.
I feel like though, because it kind of contradicts though, because you can't. I thought that devil fruit people can't really use their powers underwater though.
Well, think about it like this.
It neutralizes them.
It paralyzes. It doesn't neutralize the actual. Because think about it back in Arlong Park. You know, Luffy could still stretch. Like they could pull his head out of the water to let him breathe.
Right.
So similarly with Crocodile, now his inherent like Achilles heel happens to be water, whether it's seawater or not. Like, he's not getting paralyzed by the water. He's just, his natural enemy is water. Like, that's why he solidifies whatever. So there's reason to believe that anyone who's like sinking in the bottom of the ocean, yeah, they can't, like, they're paralyzed. They can't really activate their powers. But if you're somebody who has a devil fruit like Luffy's, you might be able to somebody might be able to like inherently force the power out of you, like stretching you, whatever. You know what I mean?
I guess. I still feel like it's fairly useless in this universe.
Right.
No,
it would still be fun.
Unless they're having an Atlantis episode where they're just going to go lardy dirty dirty dir.
Oh? Well, wait a minute. Will we have an Atlantis episode? Find out on the cast.
In like 2,000 episodes when we finally catch up to that scene.
Man,
that just
the
apparently
anime's not
happened.
even at 2,000. The anime's only at like 950.
Only at,
all right,
1,000.
Relax.
Only half of that.
Don't worry.
Yeah, but by the time we get to that 1,000 episode, then they'll be at 2,000.
Yo, dude, all things considered, we're at what, 150 episodes after like a year? So we're powering through like 150 episodes a year or something like that. Honestly, probably closer to 200 a year, because I think by the time we round it out, we'll be a little bit closer. So we'll like 3 years from now, we'll pretty much be caught up.
Plus with COVID, they're probably behind on drawing episodes.
That too. Yeah, then we might even get like a delay.
I think you're probably looking more at like 5 years, because you have to think that episodes are going to come out while we're doing this still.
This is true.
Chapters
the show is not remaining static at 900 and some odd episodes while we finish watching.
Jokes on all of us. Fucking Oda, or whatever. Is it Oda? That's right.
Yeah, it's Oda.
He fucking takes like a 6-year hiatus.
Dude, man,
gives them the boat arc treatment from Berserk. Just boom.
That guy is notorious for being sick all the time because he overworks himself to the bone to keep this series like going at a reasonable pace. And my God, dude, I am so worried. I hope this man can finish his fucking...
Oda, treat yourself.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, treat yourself. Like, if I have to get like a couple extra breaks once in a while, like, we'll be fine. All right, you take a week. He literally only ever takes a week off after 4 chapters. Like, he's very consistent.
You're gonna finish anytime soon. Just treat yourself once.
Treat yourself, dude. Like, we get it. You're probably a fucking billionaire over there, but just fucking treat yourself. You don't got to overwork yourself this hard. All right. Anyway, that's what was the question again? Does anyone else have an answer?
I don't know. I feel like it's contradictive, but I guess by that explanation, I could see it happening. I don't think they could swim. That part, no. They're essentially just a lead anchor that can breathe underwater. Congratulations, you're half a fish.
Congrats, you've gone and given yourself one of the most useless possible powers ever.
Like in a normal bathtub, probably going to be fine. Probably the strongest power ever, maybe. But like in the ocean,
in a bathtub.
Look at me, mom! I can blow bubbles underwater.
No. This is what he does. He's like the fishmonger, like at like a town. He's like, yeah, I can jump in the water and like talk to fish.
He's the Loch Ness monster.
Oh my God, he's the
Aquaman.
He's the laughing stock of the Justice League, Aquaman.
He's the laughing stock of the Justice League.
That's gonna trigger some people.
That's gonna trigger some people. Yeah, we like Aquaman out here. But
I don't even read comics like that.
I think we're good. We covered everything. Does anyone have any closing thoughts, statements?
Follow us on Twitter at Panda Sightings. We say shit to us, ask us what we're wearing. I guess I don't know.
No, you can't ask that question anymore.
All right, so that
one's taken. You can't.
The joke is passed. All of you fuckers out there, you missed out. You could have been a meme lord, but now Mystic. You are the meme lord. You are the exclusive meme lord here, all right? Congratulations.
Don't let anyone take that from you.
Don't let anyone take that from you. You did as I asked. I appreciate you. Follow us on all the socials if you want, or don't. Thank you for listening.
Night.
We love you.